Hey everyone, I'm here with my friend Sharzad. We are recently new mothers. She has an amazing YouTube channel. Everyone should definitely check it out. Today we're going to talk about a very, very fun subject. We're going to be telling you all about what it takes to have a C-section. Ooh, C-sections. Going to be talking about that dreaded two-word. Is it a two-worder? C-sections. Both Sharzad and myself, I'm 6 weeks out. She's 3 months out of having a C-section. I had my third C-section. She had her second C-section. Yep. And listen, it is, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's tough.
A rough ride, yeah,
it's a rough ride. I mean, I think that's why we wanted to do this video for you guys and really kind of dig in and get a little dirty and tell you the great things about a C-section and also the little bit of the pitfalls of having one and really what to expect.
I think I'm so grateful that we have C-sections available for us to have so that we could have our babies, because I feel like for me with my first, mine went 2 weeks over. He just wasn't coming out. He'd still be in there if it were up to him. He just was like, no, I'm good. So he had to get evicted.
Yeah.
And it wasn't my first choice, at all. I don't think it's usually anybody's first choice, because, you want to have your baby the way that your body is intended to have a baby.
And you have this dream, too. I think that dream got shattered because I actually went into labor on the third one. It wasn't my first choice at all with Brooks. I was told at 22 weeks, you have a velamentous cord insertion, which means he's not really... kind of like a tree trunk planted into the ground. He wasn't really connected to me well. Okay. For you, it was a little bit about he ain't leaving you.
Yeah. It was a shock for sure. Not that I was against C-sections at all, but I just, like a new mom, had this vision of this perfect water birth. I was going to go to this birthing center and my baby was going to swim out of my body and into my arms, and we would, just cuddle in the water. Didn't happen. It was the complete opposite of that. And, again though, I'm thankful and appreciative that I was able to even have a C-section and have, a super healthy, chunky little baby come out. But yeah, it is painful. It's super duper painful. And it's good to remember that, and just be prepared and manage your expectations.
And I think that's the biggest thing. You have to really know that you're going into a surgery room.
Right, for sure.
It's really cold. It's really bright. I think for me, what scared me a little bit the most was the spinal.
Yeah.
Because you sign your life away right before.
I know. See, for my first time since I was in labor, fun, and then ended up in a C-section. So I experienced all the goodness. I had an epidural, so I didn't have the planned spinal. And then right when they were like, okay, you need to have a C-section now, because your baby is getting overcooked and we got to get him out and the heart rate's fluctuating, blah, blah, blah. Getting wheeled in it's pretty terrifying.
Kiss your husband. And I'm like, where are you going? So your loved one, your partner, whoever you choose to have in the room with you, will not be present in the beginning of the C-section. You're like, what? This is going to sound terrible, but I remember I'm like, okay, can you just give me 1 minute? I remember being like, okay, if anything happens to me, make sure they're okay. Make sure, I had that conversation. Oof. I'm like, and if you marry someone, I don't want to know this. And he was like, but you wouldn't be here. And so I'm like, okay, but I want you to be happy. So literally you have that and I for me, especially on this one, I had a lot of anxiety. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of anxiety about the surgery, about, the anesthesia. You got to trust your doctor. And I also think that's a really big piece of advice, is that ask questions.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people don't really talk about it. There is still kind of a stigma, I feel like, when you say C-section. Some moms
you
are
planned
just
it. No, I didn't plan it.
Yeah, you kind of just go into everything with the best of intentions. And, motherhood and childbirth, there's so many curveballs that get thrown at you all the time. But I think it is good to know if you do have a C-section, whether you do plan it or it's an emergency, or your baby's breech and you have to have it, so you have a little bit more time to prepare.
And there's some great things about a C-section. Just so you know, it's very controlled.
Yeah, that's true.
You're in a controlled environment. The nurses, this time, we had a situation where I'd gone into labor. They got me in the operating room. They lost the heartbeat. I had 4 NICU nurses come because at Cedars, that's, protocol.
Yeah.
Come from pediatrics, and so they're on it. So I think in that way also feel like you're in very good hands when you're getting a C-section.
Right. And there's a little bit what to expect in a way a little bit more. Like if it is scheduled or something because your baby's breech or whatever, you're going to go in at a certain time and you're going to be out, if everything goes well in a certain time. And I think it's good to just know that you're going to need a lot of help afterwards. If hopefully a mom or grandma, somebody to come and help you, because walking up stairs or
it's impossible.
Even the car ride home from Cedars is just a little excruciating.
The potholes, and we have a lot now in LA.
Yeah. So it's good to just be mentally prepared, I think, for things like that too. And even that first day, I was super loopy.
Oh yeah, and so you have the C-section, and then you go into if everything's okay, you go into what's called recovery. And it's basically a room with you and your partner and your baby, and they're checking your vitals, they're checking you, and it can be a really good moment, but you are for sure loopy.
Yeah, you're actually trying to breastfeed for the first time, and so it's just it's a crazy roller coaster ride for the first couple hours of being a mom. Even the second time around, I don't think it's necessarily easier, the birth part. The
birth part is the same.
It's always pretty terrifying. I was leading up to it, I was like, okay, I got this. I had to schedule another C-section because my second was breech, and I also had already had a C-section, and I just didn't do well the first time around, so I was scheduling that. So in a way, there was a sense of, okay, I know it's gonna happen on this day.
You kind of took your power back too.
Yeah.
It's okay, I know all of these things, but this is what I need to do. I'm doing it.
Couldn't sleep the night before, though. And then driving to the hospital at 5 a.m. or whatever, it's just still terrifying. I'm about to go be in crazy pain. I'm about to go meet a human that's been living in my body.
I know.
This is weird. And then the recovery is, for me, I remember with Cyrus, my second, I developed an allergy or an itchy rash on my legs, I think, and my face was so itchy, and that was such a different experience than with my first. So I'm sitting there just itching my face, and I'm so happy I'm a mom now, again, and it was just different. So
I was really cold.
Unexpected. Oh my God, I was freezing.
To the point where I was saying they're that's part of labor, and that's also part of the anesthesia wearing off. But I just remember being I know I'm shaking, and I can't stop shaking. It was such a weird feeling. We brought a few things to help you get through your C-section, to know what you're gonna need. They're so fun. We're gonna start with one of our favorites, and I actually bought Sharzad one just so she could remember.
Oh,
these.
Yes.
Come on.
How can you live without these cloths?
These are your C-section underwear from the hospital. They are amazing. And what you're going to soon come to realize, these are going to be your best friend, okay? Because they're super, super, super stretchy, right? I'm not going to lie. I might have brought them home because I loved them so much. Because
they're awesome.
They're kind of awesome. And we're going to tell you why. Because they're easy to put on. They're easy to take off when your stomach is so out to here.
And also, when you're in the hospital, the nurses have to help you go to the bathroom the first few times. And the first time they tell you to get up and walk to the bathroom, it seems like the most daunting task in the entire world. Dude, it's 4 steps away, and you're whoa.
Please don't make me. So you have a catheter.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get the catheter out of you, and so they're okay, you have 3 more hours to pee. If not, we have to put the catheter. I'm I can't feel, because you're completely numb. And I could not pee. First of all, you're being helped to the bathroom, and there's a nurse standing there watching you. So finally I was is there any way you could just not watch me? I can't
know,
pee.
Right?
You're making me not be able to pee. She was it's not really me.
It's it's probably you. But these are really great because the nurses help you pull them down.
They help you pull them down. So when you're trying to shower, it's called Tegaderm, and if you don't have it, it's great. It's you just peel it back and you cover it.
Oh.
So because you can't shower for a week after a C-section.
Yeah.
Some people say longer, some people say shorter. My doctor actually said a week, so I covered it up with Tegaderm, and they'll give it to you in the hospital. I got this from the hospital.
I didn't get that.
And it's
that's
really
awesome.
good trick. So basically you open it, and it's like this, and then you literally just, and it's sticky.
You slap it on there.
And you slap it on there.
I feel
Isn't
that.
awesome?
That's so cool.
Sticky. Yeah. What's underneath is a thing called a steri strip or paper tape, depending. Here's a little bit of a tip I'm going to give you guys. Keep it on. Keep it on and put pressure on it, because a fluid can get underneath there. So you do need pressure. That can be with the belly bandit, that can be with a waist trainer, but you need to put pressure on the scar.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too, is just these like belly bands. There's so many different kinds.
There's so many. I mean,
and
there's
that
the
one
corset.
looks awesome.
This one, I actually, Jenna Tatum, Channing Tatum's wife, gave me this advice. It's the Tupler technique. The belly binder is great. Anything that puts pressure and binds your scar, which means pressing down on it. You want to keep it pressed and tight so fluid doesn't get into it. Okay, we have a visitor.
Hi, this is baby Cyrus. You might have heard him like grunting in the background. He wanted to join us. He was like, I want to meet Molly.
He's so cute. He's a chunker. He's a
such a
19-pound chunker.
He's a little he's like a mob boss, you know, with this Ferrari.
So one more thing you guys should expect from a C-section, and it's gonna sound weird, but the area, it's quite numb.
Yeah.
So I cannot feel like where my hand is right now. I cannot feel it, and it's a little weird. It's a little awkward, but we just want you to know it's totally normal. I asked my doctor the other day, I'm like, why is my third C-section the easiest? And she said, because the first C-section, they're cutting through fresh tissue, fresh nerves. The second, you've got a little bit of scar tissue, built up. By the third, it didn't hurt me as much.
Really? That's good to know.
Because the scar tissue is what they were really going into.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
But I remember
in
on
case
the
I
first one, the burning, the ends that were burning.
That, yes.
It's like a sharp shooting pain.
Yes, I know. And I had like a weird like vein thing on my left side that every now and then I'd get this like, ooh,
me too,
shooting pain. And I was like, I don't remember that with the first one. I'm like, did you cut the wrong nerve? But I think it's normal to have like a bunch of weird pains.
She says it's on one side or the other.
Yeah, mine's on my left side.
Mine
and
too.
Every now and then I'm like, oh, but it goes away. I mean, everything does get better with time.
At the end of the day, we have the golden nugget, the golden baby. Yes, yay, right?
Like me. I came out, Mom.
Check out Sharzad's channel. It's amazing. Apparently, she knows how to rap. She's awesome. Subscribe to it. You're gonna learn a lot and you're gonna laugh.
Yes.
We have a great video together about bringing home a new baby with your siblings. We got some great tips and a few tricks.
Yeah. Come on down.
Come on down to my channel. Subscribe. Tell us everything. I always say that to my babies. I'm like, tell me everything. So fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're gonna have to rap for me
guys.
next time.
I will.